29 of Lyndall's Luscious Limberings. It is exceptionally lovely to see you here again today. Thanks for coming. Today is our stretchy chill out day. So if you're in Melbourne, make sure you're warm. Don't let this sunshine on the floor fool you. It's not warm. No. So make sure you've got, things on your feet. If you're somewhere that, like Brisbane or the Northern Hemisphere, you know what? Just, get a t-shirt on, chill out, go outside, get some sunshine. Great, so we're going to start with a little bit of Tai Chi mobility, just to start to get the joints warm, and then we'll sink into a bit of stretching. Again, do what floats your boat. I'm going to guide some stuff, but you do you. Great, so on this playlist, 3, 2, 1, go. So just finding hip and feet hip width apart. Head going up, butt going down. And just find where your breath is naturally sitting. So don't modify it, just find out where it is. Because that can give you a clue as to where a lot of your tensions are, where your breath is catching. Now, using the breath, we're going to breathe in and out. Just go in your own rhythm. But while you're doing this, just really start to float the awareness around your body and think about letting the feet just merge with the ground. Ankles start to expand, like you put nice big air pockets in the joint, it's getting bigger. And because that's expanding, then the calf muscles can just soften, slide down the backs of your legs. Backs of your knees can soften, they don't need to be tight. And same with the muscles just above here, switch those off. Good, just start to breathing in and out. Now the thighs can soften. Switching off all the muscles around the pelvis, letting them just get longer and longer, like hammock strings that you've just started to loosen. And really let go of the belly. Now remember this feeling that you're not just going to expand front to back, because you're not two-dimensional. It's not even front to back and sideways. You are a sphere. So just imagine yourself from here, a sphere that's expanding out in all directions. Head going up, butt going down. Breathing deep into the belly now. Relax that belly. Let it go. And just have the feeling that the area over your diaphragm can dissolve. And your jaw softens. So it feels like your earlobes are sliding down the sides of your throat. Just blossom the hands out to the side, change it, wash down. And the area across the front of your chest can dissolve. If you like, you can think about another center of a sphere just on the surface of your chest here over your heart. And again, imagine from that point you're expanding out as a sphere in all directions. You might find that can let some parts of your body that are normally tight just start to soften. But the sternum can soften down until it touches the small of the back. The final place just to imagine there's a sphere coming from is just here. And you can just play with all of those. See which one's working best for you today. If you want to settle on any one that you're not sure about, try this one down here. It's Dantian. One of the Dantian. Okay, and this one we're going to go all the way down to the ground. Breathing in. And wash down all the way to the floor. Now as you come up, either doing 2 breaths, so breathing in here, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Or if you feel like it, you can do it all in one, so breathing in, and breathing out. And just give yourself permission to choose which one works best for you today. If there's areas that feel tight that you can't let go, you can try different things. So like imagining that you're sending light or warmth or heat or something gold and warm towards that area. Just energizing it. That's my neighbours. They're fine. And now reverse the direction, drawing up through the body, breathing in. Rotate, breathe out. Breathing in. And breathe out. Good. Just stay down there and inflate the spine, breathing up, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. Good, just settle. Transfer the weight to the ball of one foot, sink down, just really lightly bring the other leg up and circle around. Changing directions. Place that down, just transfer across. Lifting up through the head, sinking down through the butt. Good, placing back down, transfer across again, lifting up, and just circle through the knee. This is actually mobilizing the hip. Take that tension out of the back of the neck or the jaw or the chest, wherever you put it in then as you're trying something new. And change direction. And changing back. Change direction. Try and keep it nice and fluid, doesn't have to be big. And place it down, reaching up. Rolling down, let it all go. And in this position, just rolling out through the shoulders. And take yourself onto your butt. Oh yeah. And rolling down the spine, lengthening out the neck on the floor. And just placing the knee, the foot on the knee, and gently mobilizing this leg. Might have a little bit of residual stiffness from the leg day in there. So it's a soft movement. I'm not trying to force the leg down. I'm just giving the joint and the muscle, the soft tissue around it, an opportunity to let go. So help by trying to send your mind to there and thinking about all the areas that you can feel that are pulling, and again either ask them to let go or soften or send warmth there in your mind. And if all these things sound weird, firstly, you know, if they are, and secondly, just think them. Sometimes you're like, how does that work? particularly if you're not from the arts. You know, we're used to saying this kind of stuff in the arts. But just telling yourself you're doing it is enough. Suspend disbelief. Good, and just changing legs. So with all these, you can always work on two levels. You can work the outside form, and you can work the inside space as well. Get some double whammy for your warm-up. Why not? Great, just bringing both knees into the chest. Super lightly taking them for a circle. Just let the sacrum feel like it's extending away from you as you do this. Don't let it curve up too much on the floor. Not fussed about how tight the knees go up towards the chest, but do want to start to give them an opportunity to stretch. So keep that sacrum lengthened on the floor. And think about widening the muscles over the sides of the butt cheeks. And change direction of the circle. Good, just place the legs down, hands up to the side, deep breath in, breathe out, let the legs fall over to one side, looking down the opposite arm, and really let those shoulders just soften into the floor. Give over to gravity. You win, gravity. You got it. Good, deep breath in. Breathing out, use the breath to just take yourself over to the other side. Looking down the opposite arm. Consciously relax the muscles over the butt cheeks. Soften the jaw, soften the sternum, and let the shoulders just sink deep into the ground. Same with here, like let your diaphragm, over the diaphragm area, just let it sink really deep into the ground. Good, deep breath in. Breathing out, coming back up. Pop that knee back on top again and wiggle out the hips. And now looping the hands through, either through this part or this part. And just really gently do little wiggles side to side, so I'm tilting my pelvis up one way to the other. Super gentle. And again, concentrating on relaxing anywhere that you find tight. So I don't want to strain it, I don't want to push it, because I don't want the muscles to go, oh my God, what are you doing? That's how my muscles talk. But I'm just giving them an opportunity to let go. Good. Just now encourage that in forwards a little bit. Good. And changing over. Open and close the other leg. And then looping through wherever you feel comfy. And again, a little wiggle side to side. Keeping that sacrum on the floor, don't let it curve up and off the floor, the coccyx. Lengthening the neck out as well on the floor. Good, then just bringing it lightly in, a bit more of a stretch, softening through the muscles. Soften across the diaphragm. Let the spine just sink deeper into the floor. Good, bring them down and knees back in, circle. So hopefully as you progress through these and then go back to doing the circle and repeating movements, you can feel that there's starting to be some release across there. So if you're feeling that, then by all means indulge in a slightly bigger circle and change direction. Really broadening across the small of the back here. And now what's becoming my favourite back stretch of all, pushing the small of the back into the ground like you're bursting a balloon. Point the toes, lengthen the legs out. Small of the back goes into the ground as you bring the knees up towards the chest. And back out again in your own time, but really keep that small of the back working. If you want, you can put your hands under your butt to help you. Although this does engage the core, that's not what I'm not trying to get a workout with this. I'm really trying to give the muscles in the small of the back an opportunity to release. So if you want to put your hands under the butt to help you do that, that's absolutely fine. And if you feel like you can do that, point the toes and just straighten the legs as well, still letting that small of the back burst the balloon into the ground. Pointing the toes, good, because what it does is releases some muscles and uses others, as opposed to doing this. Good, and just bring the knees in again, circle, just see how that has changed the landscape of the legs. All of the stuff you can do while lying on the ground, hey? And lengthen the legs, suck on a foot. Change directions. Favorite nerve stretch, pull the toes back, lengthen the heel towards the ceiling, enjoy. Love it. Let that release all the way down, so you're probably feeling it a lot here, but consciously think about it relaxing all the way down into the butt, small of the back. Heels always pushing up, toes are always pulling this way. It never stops. Good, bend the knee, circle. And the other way. And point the toe, just let the leg start to encourage forwards. Sending the shin over towards to reach the wall. This leg, extend it out further. Opening up through the flexors on that side. Just breathe into that. Good, bend the knee, circle. And t'other way. Lovely, changing legs. And just circle the foot, the ankle. Let this movement release the leg all the way down to the small of the back. And change direction. And point the toe, no, this one first, sorry. Extending the heel towards the ceiling. Pulling the toes towards the shin. Let it release all the way down the leg. Release the opposite hip. Good, now point the toe and lengthen the shin towards the wall. This leg, extend it out. Softening that hip. Feel like you're letting this hip release down to the floor. Good, and bend that knee, circle around. And the other way. Good, just rolling over onto your onto your all fours. And just a few cat-cows, so lengthening the spine towards the ceiling. Just leave it there for a sec. Let everything else soften and drop off the bone around it. And then reverse it. If this is always too intense, by the way, reversing into the arch, just take it back to neutral. And in your own time, just take yourself through a few sequences of going up and down. But as you go up, don't strain against it so that you can feel yourself working. Go up and relax the muscles. You can choose whichever breath you like here. Either breathing in on the way into the arch or breathing out on the other way, or you can reverse it. But just always link a breath with the movement. Good, just level off and then just start to look all the way around the room. Try and look at every single part of the room at the same time as also trying to look at every single part of your body. Every bit. If you're an actor and you're used to this and don't feel like, oh, everyone can do it, you can work the mask, which is the face, as well. Nice. From here, just taking the hand behind the head and working into the forearm and then back up again. Again, use the breath. I like to breathe in and then breathe out. Stay on that side. We're going to thread the needles so the hand goes up, through, and then up. And if you're lucky, you can just start to take that a little further through. Good, changing over. I'm doing this quite fast today, but you can slow it down if you like. This is just where I'm at. And changing to threading the needle through and open up. Oh, my headphones are totally about to die. This is awkward. You guys keep going. I was going to sing on my music's out. Alright, good. Just coming on to seating. Just hope my music doesn't run out. Okay, just tuck the knee under, one on top. Just sitting up nice and tall. Just start by hugging this knee into the chest. Sitting up super tall through the spine, lengthening through the back of the head. And changing over the boring way. Hug the knee and sitting up straight. Keep breathing. Good. Just take yourself into an easy diamond here. I don't want to push anything too far to the ground yet. And just lightly wiggle. I have got the, like if that's my extension, that's pulled in, I'm like halfway in the middle. So just nice and soft and just wiggling. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Again, the feeling of doing is just to loosen and let go. And now just start to bounce them together. Nice and easy. Now bringing them in a little closer and keep on bouncing. And now back again, leg arm down, this one over the top. Now put the arm over the top, lifting up through. And I'm going to do this the boring way today. You can do it the fancy way. Just changing over. And just laying cross-legged or however you're comfortable, and just let the chin drop to the chest, hand lift behind. And gentle wiggles. Bringing the head up. Just drop the head to one side. Stretch this out. Rolling around. And stretch the other one out. Back again. So each time you go, just slightly stretch the other hand out. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to scoop the arm across and try and touch the walls. Keeping both butt cheeks on the floor. Release that, scoop the other hand across. Try and touch the wall. And scoop across. So there's a slight collapse through the body as I go across. So collapsing down and scooping across. And collapse and scoop. Now I'm just going to let that become a sweep. Go on your own time. Just indulge on one side and then sweep across to the other side. And let this movement be pretty free and open. Keep both butt cheeks on the ground though. Don't get too enthusiastic with your sweeps there. Just calm the farm. And gradually work into just a little bit of a rhythm side to side. And as you start to warm up, then you can just let that chest scoop a little bit more towards the ground, making sure butt cheeks are on the ground. Beautiful. Just keep that arm there, pop it here, and circle through the thorax. Change direction. Good. Other arm. And circle. Change direction. Good. Just taking yourself onto your feet in a wide A frame and just hang. And just as you're hanging, popping out one hip then the other. Now, as we're popping out the hips now, let this movement come from the ribs. So you're actually sort of like a tick-tock from one side to the other with the ribs. Beautiful. Just bend the knees for a second. Stretch here. Both to stretch and to let the blood drain out of the head for a second. If you want to pop the knees, the elbows and the knees, you can. Just enjoy this stretch here. Good. Pop the hands back down. And just start to gently swing yourself from side to side. Good. Then we're going to swing backwards and forwards. And now change that from a swing. We're going to go reach and through. And reach and through. Should be nice and light. Good. Bend the knees again. Put the hands on and shoulders in. Good. And then reaching up and forwards. Pulling the fingertips forward and the butt back. Now, my Minty just did a weird thing, which is just going back to the start of the song. So I'm going to keep on going, which might mean that you'll tip into a different song or whatever. But that's okay. Good. Pick up the toes, turn around, and sending the chest upwards and forwards. So you want to adjust this back foot, do that. Chest upwards and forwards. Good. Bring your chest up again, soften the knee, just turn it around, other leg, pick up the toes, chest upwards and forwards. Good. Actually, no, I realised my song didn't start again. That was just like the song. It's been a while since I've heard that song. Oh, sorry. That was REM. For those of you who weren't listening, Shiny Happy People, you should listen to it. It's a good song. Chest upwards and forwards. And pick up the toes. Reaching out as far as you can now, digging the fingertips into the floor. Lift the butt towards the ceiling. Stretching through. I'm just going to do a few more. Just bend the knees. Creep yourself in. Just come into a crouch just to release those hamstrings. If you want to do a little bit of a bounce through, that's absolutely fine. And then put the weight on your right leg. Just let the left leg go over the top. And chest upwards and forwards. Just allow yourself to really release down. Now, if you put the weight, if you rock back so that the weight is in the heel of the right foot, you'll start to move that stretch a little higher up, so you might get the butt cheeks, you might even get some of the back. Just keep the head relaxed even though you're going upwards and forwards with the chest. You might even get the side of the hip. Now, using your hands for support, you can just take yourself to the weights in the ball of the right foot, not the heel. And you'll just slightly change. You might then start to get a bit of the calves in, maybe some of the glutes, the quads, sorry. Even in the hamstrings as well. And then bend that leg. Just change over, So the weight's on the other foot. Chest upwards and forwards as you relax down, and just gently walk and also rock the weight into the heel of the left foot. Relax the head. Keep breathing through this. Just allow the breath and the relaxation of the muscles to let you drop down further. Don't force it. And then gently taking the weight with your hands, encourage yourself into the ball of the left foot and just slightly change where that stretch goes. Good. Soften that knee. Legs together. And gently rolling up through the spine. And just to finish, just lightly twisting from side to side. Just want to get the blood moving through after some of those static stretches we've been doing. At the moment I am letting my hips turn as well. So I'm getting a little bit of a feeling of stretch through the sides of the knees. If that's too intense for you, of course, just minimize that action. Don't let the movement drive from the arms though, the movement's driving from the hips. The weight's actually in the ball of my feet. The knees are slightly bent. Okay, now I'm going to keep the hips still and just use the shoulders. And now keep doing that but with the head facing forward, so we also get a nice twist through the neck. And what you can do is just start to hit lightly here and here. Just start to go in your own rhythm. If you want to make the legs a little wider, you can, but it's the shoulders that are moving at the moment. Now go back to the hips moving. Keep the head facing forwards. Oh, so many things, all of the things. And then just to finish, just driving through. Clearly I should have chosen a longer playlist. If you want, you can also give your knees a very slight brush with the hands. Be gentle, otherwise it will hurt. Good. And just come to resting. Lovely. Thanks for joining me again. Hopefully you're a little bit more mobile, a bit more buzzy. Last day of the week. Oh my God, tomorrow's day 50. Woo! Good stuff. So take care of yourselves. Hope you have a good day. And I will see you tomorrow.